recycle. So sometimes when you're breeding snakes, you'll have stillborn babies, and it's a shame, really, if you think about it, to waste that resource just by throwing it away. This little ball python had slit its egg and everything, and still had issues. So you never know what's going on inside. But to this female Savannah with follicles, this is a really good meal. And we feed them all sorts of different things, and keeping the diet varied is really good. But I'm a snake breeder too, so if I have stillborn babies, I want to basically have some benefit for my animals. So this is something that she's relishing. Savannah's really interesting. When you watch how they eat, they really tend to eat different than water monitor. They kind of like throw it down the back of their throat, and makes them appear rather gluttonous. That's a substantial meal for this animal. But it would be just, waste throwing this little guy away. And he, of course, couldn't be bothered. This is a good example of what glottises are used for. So that's the little breathing tube that, lizards and snakes use. So as they're swallowing something, they can use this little tube and kind of direct it where they can still breathe. So the snake happens to be laying across it, so she's gasping a little bit. And this is, a substantial meal. She actually was fed yesterday some chicken parts. So kind of overdoing it, but we're probably just going into the Savannah breeding season. What do you guys think? They think, leave me alone. Come on. And one other thing is, you're dealing with an animal that's fairly comfortable. So if you look at an animal like this and you're moving around it, there's any kind of activity, this animal is the most vulnerable at this time, because part of its defense system would be, tail whipping and biting. Well, if the mouth is already, occupied with eating, this animal has to kind of judge whether or not you're a threat. She's already decided I'm really not anything to care about. So she's continuing what she would be doing anyways. Whereas if you had a really shy animal, he would spit it up or abandon it. And sometimes when we have these animals that we're messing with, that we insist on, feeding them and playing with them, and they'll throw up. That's nerves. That's an animal not feeling comfortable with a big full belly. They're scared out of their mind. This is that's a great example of their anxiety and the stress. There we go. Here comes the, oh, look at that. All done. Now you can see the fluid in that animal's, little baby ball python's nostrils. So that animal was in its egg, it slit, and somehow it managed to drown. What do you think, Samson? He says, leave me alone. I am too cute. I'm going to do some more Savannah videos. People have been asking a lot. So, really interesting little guys, aren't you? Yes, she's a doll. Hi, baby. All right. Look at that. Say goodbye.